Okay. Hey, so up to hey. Oh, say Charles, let's love with a kilo tag cotton. If they have to have a little tag cotton, a little crown. It has one on the left side. The achor of Yizar on the back of it. Yizar look a kilo shatia murubas kedalis, so it should be square like a dallas. The lower hula kavation, make sure it's not round on the back like an resh. Kivarov, this is from the show. Dion Kivarov proposed to many of the posting from Kirash, they hold like Rashi. The gam. Okay, the gamma Torah lo cost of the Ella the Toby only writes them. The gamma is good. Yosef here that feel of in a time, and this is more pure than even in a time. Who wrapped with Atila? It's only like Atila. Africa, Hatasi afterward they found the Shem Sefer Mpaka Yitzchak Shigam. Who cost of the Lahaka? He's also writing to be maker. Okay. Rakshatia Oskar. Rather should just be a thin letter. Gimel says, Came Mashma Beis Yosef, such as Mashma Beis Yosef, below Tiksha, Milash Torah, and you should not question Milash Torah. Moshe Kasav, Madani Yontav, as it says in Madani Yontav, we hope we'll say Torah Ostal. So it should be a thin letter. Okay. Vanikra Besocha Lotia Smucha Lagaga. Menikuda, which is inside, the dot which is inside, it shouldn't be next to the roof. Elie Benem Kolkach. Rather should be in their white space so much so b'chadesha adam b'hinani yet yakirenu hated that a regular person will recognize it properly. Yal Sefer Torah from on top of the Sefer Torah, he could see it. Shalgabi beam which would be on the beam. Yishikorimbo when he's reading it he would recognize that this is there. This is from the Magen Avraham the Rabbi. Okay. Lo yaskitenu migaga yosim me ovi hagag. You shouldn't distance it more than the thickness of the gag, the leg of it. Im naga bagaga, if it touches the roof of it, I feel in the yadak, even a very thin touching, she can put this out like this hair of like this string of a hair. But still it's still be possible. Avobisha Tino Kudea Shuvahe, even though the kid knows that it's a hay, he'll lay over some on the base, if you have the okay. I am trying to look at that. Lotia and the neged emsa hagag. The dot should be by opposite the middle of the roof. Ella is neged sofa. Rather should be by the end of it. It's that small on its left end. Imasa emsa. So if you make it in the middle, it's going to be possible. But circle second, you have to fix that. The height. How would you fix it? The berura. Hamidam. The sofa to erase it and to put it and to stand it on a bed. Imkasa of the tables after that wrote words which are after this, but in Yachol was and you're not able to fix it, Mishum Shalok Sidon, because it's going to be Shalok Sidon if you fix it. Yigur Hagag, she is shovel the regal. So what you can do is you can erase the roof that should be equal to the foot if you made the roof really big. And you put the leg in the middle, so erase the part which is past the leg. This is from the Prima Gadim and Surah Osi of Shalom. ובמקום שגם תיקן זה אינו יכול לעשות. In a place where you can't even do this, כגון שההי שבאמצע התיבה, for example, hey which is in the middle of a word, אם ייגר הגג יהיה כשתי תיבות, and if you erase the roof, it's going to seem like two words because you can have too much blank space, אזי יש להשאיר בלא תיקן, then you can master without fixing anything. This is when the Magen Avraham was sitting on the base of cutting on the gimel, but yeah, but it's okay. Yesh Harvey Shona, because there's many Rishonim Shasov which hold the Tmunas hey, kak this is the form of a hey. I'm Bechul Rajba, look at the Bechul Rajba, Al Shabbos, Kaf Gimel, Bechul Ritva Shama, the Bechul Rajba, and this plus the Kodesh and the Rajba which has got the new print. Al Menachos Kapet. Uberan and the Ran, Umpek, Bonan, Pekabona, Bechul Iri, Bechul Ran and the Bechul Ran. And it plus Michalish, which has been got the new print. Al Shabbos Perik, Habona and Shabbos Perik Habona fine. Shamuch Lehedya Midaitam Shetmunas Hay Kach. There it's proven that straight out that the form of the hay is such. Now we'll explain how much is the dot. Okay. Hanakuda tia l'chachila daka l'mala v'ava kachas l'mata. And the lakuna should be a little l'chachila, thin on top and thick a little bit below. Kain yod like a yod. V'tia l'chachila akuma kachas l'mata, and it should be a little l'chachila bent a little bit towards the bottom. V'litzad yamin to the left and to the right side, below to the side small and not to the left side. Pented melatav, maybe it'll look like a tav if you do that. Okay. So it should be bent. Bent from the right side. Or should bent to the right side. And not to the left side. It gets bent back on itself towards the bottom. Okay. Orach nakuda lo yifchos gam came the orach yod, and the length of the nakuda shouldn't be less than the length of a yod. Kim okutz hatat shlo with its thing which sticks out of it from the bottom. Ulikubaho afilu b'yavna b'mak even if you don't have that. Okay. Ukidal elbis siman lam beis said earlier siman lam beis sif tazvav ve'aga. Ayin sham mishnah look there in the mishnah. V'tzarach lahazir asofim. You have to warn the sofim she'nechshalim b'zev me'od and they stumble on this a lot. Nearly dalko panim tikun mahani b'zev. It appears to me that at the very least fixing does help with this. Afilu b'tfilin and mezuzos imatina given with tefillin and mezuzos with the tina kara lehev can read it as a hay. The im b'zem mishum shalok considering this doesn't count as not in order. Dumi Damash Shaheko of Prima Gunna, similar to what is made by the Prima Gunna, the and cuff, shoot to fix the cuff, shoot him awesome rubab, you made it square for some reason. The host of that will have to add ink on top of it. Ayin Sham look over there. So to here you can fix it with making the bottom longer. A Prima Gunna, the similar lamed base, if cotton lamed gimel mistapik, imsarch lios, hanakuda, besofa, the Prima Gunna and similar. In similar base of Kadam Lamed Gimel has a suffix. If you need the dot to be at the end of it, Shava Dafka Liach Yaman, equal to the right leg, to go down that far. Or Afilu in the Shlomo Be'emtza Yarach, or even if you finish in the middle of the leg, would it be a shop done, we'd be okay. Rachia Ba Shiura, it just has to have the right shear, the Hainu Kamali Yud canal, and that means it's as big as a Yud, like earlier, but let's say the right line is longer than it. I'm the chuvas me binyan olam. Look at the chuvas of binyan olam. Shimon lam nedalit. V'alkobanim near the yesh lahakal al yedei kriya satino. At the very least, it could be mako through if a kid can read it. Ayin l'kam v'sim b'din reish she'asa katzer kavav. And look later on, like in a reish, which you made it short like a vav. So where's osvav? The form of the letter vav. Osvav zarach lios rosha ke katzer v'lo yosem ovikomos. Its head has to be thin and not longer than the passing of the quill. This is from the Beit Yosef. Kadei shalot tidme l'reish, it shouldn't be similar to a reish. V'ragla orach ve'ovi shtei komos, and its foot has to be the length of two quills. Double that length. Kadei shalot tidme levav to the yud, so it shouldn't look like a yud. V'lo yasen orach yosef midai, don't make it too long. This is from Pashut. And this is Nilma and Aglas Gulas Harash, from the Gulas Harash. But other finance even better than this. And I guess from the roundness of the rush. Claim possible we say for the David. This is also possible we say for the David. Emes Shem Regel Havav Hu Kamo Nun Pshuta possible. If the foot of the Vav is like a Nun Pshuta, then it would be possible. Okay. Pen Tidma Latinok Nun, maybe it'll look like it will be similar to a kid to a nun. It's so long, Pshuta. So don't make it too long. Okay. Umitimes, and because of this, Gamkain Sar Atov Shetia Rosha Gula B'tzad Yaman. It's also good to have its top round towards its right side. Shalot Tidmal in the Zion, so it shouldn't seem like a Zion, so it's different. Okay. V'afal Fisha Rosha Zion over Mishnei Tzadim. Even though the head of a Zion goes from both sides, the line goes through the center, and this line is going from the right end. There's still there is concern maybe a kid who's not very smart, below Tibash not stupid, you grant the Zion, but the apostle read it as a Zion and call him make apostle. So its face should be flat and not on a slant, it should be a flat face. Okay? And the foot should be above, straight below it. Okay? Below Shavar Be'emsa and not broken in the middle of it. Okay. V'gam tov shavet tismayit v'holech ma'at. It's also good that its thickness should be going less and less. Ad shetia ka'achad, the mouth until it should be very thin at the bottom. In regel havav cutter, if the foot of the vav is very short. This is from Pashit. Mamasha Kosav Beis Yosef. Everyone's from the Yosef B'Shem Baruch Shama, the name of the Baruch Shama. They hasod because of the secret. After L'inyan Shelo Yaseh L'tzad Echad. That's maybe possible. It's only that it shouldn't go to one side. Yosef Mitzad Min L'tzad Chaver, more than the other side. V'gam b'zeh imata harbe ashenir kedalet possible. And even like this, if it moves so much that it looks like a dalet, it's possible. The dalet, just no further. The masha. The mash cause of this that it says Beis Yosef and Beis Yosef al Hamuruba on the squareness of Nehasod because of the secret. I know the Indian Haribuam we call it the Yosef. That's because of the squareness of all of its sides. Aval Indian Shaloya Rosh Ego, but the topic of not having the head round, Yesh Lazem Korman and the Talmud. It's not. This has a source from the Gemara. The Fi Perish of Beis Yosef, according to the explanation of Beis Yosef Shehev B'Shem Viram, which brings the name of the Viram. B'siman zeh b'sof divrei hamaskol v'adoni avi. In the end of the divrei hamaskol adoni avi zal. Ein sham, look over there. V'ayin lekam v'sod sof os tes. Okay. Gotcha. Im ein bo da kamal yod possible. If it doesn't, if it's not ra kamal yod, if it only has the fullness of a yod, then it'll be possible. If it's very short. Imad Yosef, it's a little more. It's Arach Lahas Latin. Going to have to show it to a tinik. This is from the Levush. Okay. V'hu adin im Rosh Havav Rachav tin Nidma Katzas L'Reish. Similar if the top of the head vav would be very wide and be similar to Reish now. Im Kasav Dalis V'Makom fine. Show it to a tinik. Im Kasav Dalis V'Makom vav. You write a dalit instead of vav. So Arach Legra Kol Guy. You have to remove the entire roof. After the boy Nam and the Grokol Yarach, and possibly you have to raise even also the foot of it. This is also over there. The dome of the dalit should cost with a makam reish. It's similar to the case of a dalit which is wrote instead of a reish. It's Tzarach Limkol Kuli, you have to raise the whole reish. A canal b'sim and lamed beis, as we're going to say later on, sim and lamed beis yod ches. Zion. So Tzuras O Zion. O Zion. Sarach lizar shalotia ragla rucham. And also, you have to be careful that its foot shouldn't be too long. This is from the Beis Yosef. Shaloi is damal and nun shouldn't be similar to a nun which is straight. But the apostle because they create tina can be possible through a kid reading it. Okay, this is from the I'm Beis Yosef and Pashit. Okay. Okay, lo ragla orach yosef mishnei kolmos. It shouldn't be more than 2 passings of the quill. Rosh tzarach lios over mishnei stadim, and its head has to pass from both sides of this line. Shalot tidmel avav, so it shouldn't be similar to avav. This is from the Baruch Amar in the alef beis achor. V'yem rabas, it should be square. Ushlosh tagim al roshan, have 3 crowns on its head. Viragla tia shoot a pasha tachta, and its foot should be straight under it. This is from the Bach. Lo shavura, and not broken. Yisha osin kakav ataton dak b'yitziyosu. There are those that make the bottom line thin as it goes out. V'holich umisave ad chetzi, and it goes and gets bigger until half of it. This is from the Kodesh Rabbi Akiva Eiger. Umechetzio chozer mismayit, and from half of it goes back and gets smaller. Ad shetia chav mat, until it's small at the bottom. In this katzra haregel mizayin, if the foot got less than a zayin, dino kamosha kasav nebos vav, its din is like we said in Vos Vav. Mila'el b'siman lamed vav sif tazayin b'haga. From earlier in Siman lamed beis sif tazayin in the haga. V'apsha prima gadam b'tzadid lahakol, even though the prima gadam has a side to be made about this possess. The dai im nishar me'arev komoli osiyad. It's enough that if it remains from the foot of it, the filling of the letter of the yud. Okay, even a yud would be okay, and you don't need to be more than that. Aderech Chaim beHilchos Kriyas Torah, the Derech Chaim in the reading of the Torah, V'Shari Ephraim and the Shari Ephraim, stumble ka Shulchan Aruch, they stumble like the Shulchan Aruch. V'Kol Shekin, Imher Latinik, V'Lo Korah L'Zayin. For sure, if you read Shovat Zakinak, Tinak, he doesn't read his Zayin. V'Vadi and L'Hak V'Zav Shrei can't be made about this. M'Buchach Mima Shekasav HaBeis Yosef is proven from what says about the Beis Yosef now Beis Hasheni, both Vav in the letter Vav. And Shem like with that. But here, that Filu K'Tinok. I think even fixing this wouldn't help. Bezet be fill in a mezuzah by filling a mezuzah mishum shalok considered because it would be shalok considered. I am the siman lamed beis sif chaf so chafei. Zuras os ches is the form of the letter of the ches. Os ches tia shtei ragleha kismuna shtei zayin. Its 2 legs should be like the form of 2 zayins. This is from the Beis Yosef. Zayin Shabbat Yaman, and the Zayin on the right side, Nachal Latzosa Karen Rosha Agol B'tzad Yaman. It's proper to make its horn round on its right side. This is from I'm Beis Yosef Pasha. Via Zayin HaRachokim Zemizeh, and the Zayin should be distant from each other. The Chol HaYoser B'Avei Komet, at the very most, the thickness of a quill. This is from the Baal Shamar and the alef is Achron. V'yu mechubarim b'chatotros b'yatav, and they should be attached with a chatotros, that little spike in the middle. V'ukamin gag gavoa, that's like a tall roof. Umakel, and the stick. V'ukamin tag gadol, it's like a very long crown. This is from the back. So it should be attached with ichatotros and mako yatzula barosha regel, a small. And you should make it on this left side a stick, like a crown. On this left side, a little bit empty, not in the middle of it, make it at the end of it. This is from the Hayes Kodesh Rabbi Akiva Eiger. If you have to be careful not to make don't make it long, the roof of the ches too long. This is from the Magen Avraham and Siman Lamed Vav Sif Katan Gimel. And if you do go too lengthy, it is possible. There's no way to fix it by tefillin. Mezuzah is from the Shem Shalok Sidron, because it's going to be Shalok Sidron. Zion. When is it said when you made two Zions, a gag rachov and a wide roof? The zelo havi kamin chatotros is this is not going to be like a chatotros. So I'm not going to Ram Sham. Shum Beshuba, which is slanty. This is from the Yad Ephraim and the Eli Rabbah and the Osches. Muchav the Chatotros Eino Tzricha Lios. Beshuba proves that a Chatotros doesn't need to be slanty. Kokach Rak Katzach, just a little bit Shipur. Begavos Kigaga Abatim, and its height should be like the height of roofs. Shavar Yisrael, which are in Yisrael, V'yesh L'chalak B'dochek, and you should be okay. You can make it Echalak B'dochek. So if you make a wide roof, it's going to be no good. Which should be like a chatotus, it should be mishub, it should be a slanty roof. Aval imasa keches kedas Rashi, but if you made a ches like Rashi, the hainu ches pashut, you just made a simple ches below chatotus shagamba, you didn't do the slanty roof in the middle thing on top of it. Afilu ima'arach arbim, if you made it very long, it would be kosher b'diavad, it would be kosher b'diavad. Okay. Aval pi she'enu merabas, even though it's not really square. Okay. Im also ches kim tmunas shnei zayin shnei vav. If you made a ches that looks like two vavs, okay, this is from the note of Yehuda b'Siman Ayin Dalad U'Shari Ephraim and the B'Shar Hey U'Adav and Emes and Jaloka Prima Gadim Ve'Yishal Ram not like Prima Gadim and the Yishal Ram Shem Pakviza, which was doubt about this. Ambel Bush Yisrael Look at the Bush Yisrael of the Chaim. They have the Kriyas Torah Shacholkan Gamkain. They also argue al Prima Gadim. If you make it like two vavs, Okadalas vav, or like a dalas vav, Okadalas zayin, or like a dalas zayin, but chatotus al gaba and a chatotus on top of it. Kosher b'diavad would be kosher b'diavad. Shahari lo nishtana l'tzuras os achad didn't change with different letter ayidei zefuvas. Mikol makom him after the sack in the grower. If it's possible to fix it. Okay, so okadalas v'zayin v'chatotus al gaba. When you made it like a dalad vav. Okadal or Dal Zion, and Chatotus Agab, and you put a Chatotus through it, Kosher B'diavad would be okay with Diavad. Sherry Loner sounded the Turis Osahako, you didn't change it to a different level, only days with us. And Mikomakum, Mamshal, the Sakin, and Gur, it's possible to fix the Legrar, he just wants to destroy the, you can't cut the extras. Oh, it's Chatotus, Yeshab, and Makoma, and then the top will be, stay where it is, it'll be fine. Can go in Beches, Shitmuna, so Hayab, Kedal Zion, for example, Ches, would you have it form into with the Zion, Vachatotus Shala Nasis, Be'emsa, Hadalit, and you have its Chatotus, that little sticking out thing, slanty roof thing, you put it in the middle of the Dalit. Below the sofa, you didn't do it at the end of it. Yigro min Hadalit, just take out from the Dalit, Miktoso, Ad Shetasa, Kamozain, a little bit of it until it'll be like a Zion. Avalim Omid Besofa, but if it's standing at the end of it, Yichalak Os Kishiyigur minam dalas, it'll just split up the letter if you take out from the dalat. Veloya lo tikana achar kach. There'll be no way to fix it by afterwards by filling a mezuzos. Shem akiv behen shalokazidin. It's makiv if you do it shalokazidin. Alkein yesh lahachshir below tikkun. Therefore you can machshir without a tikkun. Okay. Came Mucha from the Nod of Yehuda, an ally in Sham. After Risa, the Ketas, Shemachmir B'Zevin, I've seen some people in Mac about this. Mikom Vakom, Yesh L'Smoch, Kamakom, yeah. Mikom Vakom, yeah, this is no concept, but Shastakak, Milan is Shastakak. Achwe Shashari Ephraim, Davidem, Habiulach, through the Shai Ephraim, the Davidem, brought this Berlach. Yesh Lashable to take without fixing it, this Dalai the Puff. Abu the Sefer Torah, the Sefer Torah, and Nimsaches, Shetmanasu Haya Kedalava, Zion, you find its form in by Sefer Torah, which is like a Dal Zion, or Shnei Zion, where it looks like, or Shnei Vav, where it looks like two Vavs. This is from the Nod of Yehuda and the Shai Ephraim Hanal. Option lahoti acheres mishum zeh. You don't have to take another one because of this. We come back on b'chol when it's during the weekday b'chol gav nebedeh tzarich l'sakin. In every case, you have to fix the host. Ad shetzi sheyam midenu al tmunas array until it stands on its proper form. But tzarich l'hazir l'sofrim azay. You have to warn the sofrim about this. Ki tmuna saches shegesavnu, because the form of the ches which you wrote lemala yesh lo ikar b'talmud has a source in the Talmud. But Amdu Aleha Gedolei, Rishon of Gedolei Shalom stood on it with Zal to make this is the right point. Without which no further, the Vidyavid im Asa Leches Makal Levad. We just made the Ches just a straight line. Vidyavid is from the Primogon Vish Lavro. Oh, a Chatotus Levad, or you just made it a Chatotus. It would be kosher. Vagon Rekiva Eger, Masik Vichadushav. Vagon Rekiva Eger concludes in his Chadushan that Filu Nechsar le'aches hachatotrus begam hamakal. If it's lacking from the chatotrus and also the stick, okay. Shohei ches pshuta keches and shalan. It was just a simple ches, like so it didn't have the stick at the end of it sticking up at the end. It was just like a simple ches like ours. Kosher b'diavad would be kosher b'diavad. Rakim after the sakin bekal. If it's easy to fix it, if it's possible to fix it easily, it's to give it a little stick at the end. Yes, you should do it. The havik lechatchila, that's lechatchila, because you haven't. There's no reason why not to. The leg of the ches gets cut. Bo brak kamol yud only stays in it a leg of a yud. It's enough with just a yud. Ben yarach al yamini ben. Oh, it's only rather left or right. Bring megadim psichos. Kamashikosov, in the Psicha, as Bamashikosov, Yira Li, when it says Yira Li, then Bashar Osius, and something would be other Osius. Madanaka, the Primagonus, fix Sham over there. Yarach Yamin is the right leg, Misham Achrini is from the other, it's because of the other case. Zachosham, which I mentioned there, not that's why I fixed it. V'ayim b'sof os test. Look at the end of this os tov. Masha gesam nisham was to wrote that. In machatotush al chas lo haya dabak lechas. If the chatotush was on the chas, wasn't attached to the chas. Ach lo ach lo nikar lehedya afrada. It wasn't clear the separation between them. What's the lesaknam? It's supposed to fix them. Afila b'tfilin and mezuzah, even by tfilin and mezuzah. The aim b'zem mishum shalok sidron doesn't count. It isn't because of this shalok sidron. Number besimen lam base of kavche ayin sham sum from simen lam base of el base. Abel im haya nikar lehedya, but if it's clear straight out, that the chatotus isn't there, yeah, then this bottom menish shemosis destroys him with the name of the letter. Yim nifrat rak mitzad echad. Only one side of this chatotus, this roof thing, is cut off. One of the sides of this roof is from the fast. After the Ishlahako, the second is possible you could be made to fix it. Afilu Nikol the head gives it's very clear. Straight out, but I'm a base bear halacha bear halacha. So is Os test, the form of the letter of test. Os test harosh yamini tia kaf of lamat betocha. The right side should be a little bit bent to the inside. This is from the base Yosef. Veloya kaf of harbor shouldn't be so bent towards the inside. Varoshas moli tia kazayim. The left side should be like a zayin. Ushlosha, this is from the last one is from the base Yosef. Ushlosha tagim al rosha. There's 3 crowns on its head, and this is test. Avalarosha yamin and yeah algo kavav. But the right side should be like a vav. Yeah. V'gam lamat being rounded on the right side. V'gam and also not in the center should be. Yeah. V'gam lamata mitzad yamini, and also the bottom on its right bottom. Tiagol, it should be round. Okay, this is from Bukhov from the base Yosef and Ken Yisabah Be'igur Behedya. Kitzim Nasakum Chaf Zayin, because its form is like a Chaf and a Zayin together. Okay. Because in a Makiv, all this doesn't really matter. B'diavad, by B'diavad, this is from I'm from Megadim, Shkosov Kain, the Indian Kaf of Ma'at, Berosh, small Kazayin. He writes this in regards to bending a little bit and the left side of the like being like a Zion, the Kol Shkein Behasharim, for sure by the other one, Shein Lahem, Mekor Kolkach, we don't have the source so much. Okay. The Vide being in Kav of Harbe, aside from the top of being so bent, the Tzarchi and the Dina, which needs depth within. But I'm Be'er Halakha, look at the Be'er Halakha. Near the Imlo Haya Kaf of Klal, that it appears to be that if it wouldn't be bent at all, the Tocha at all inside of it, Tzarch the Haras Tiniki would have to show this to the Tinik and see if it's okay. It's got to be bent towards the inside. That line not going straight turn. Okay, B'chogam the talk of Sakin Afro Kaf, and every case you have to fix it afterwards. V'lo mikri b'zeh Shlo Kesidin, this wouldn't be called Shlo Kesidin if you fix it. But B'lav Hachit M'nasa Leha, because without this it still has its form on it, it still has its form. The Imlo Haya Kaf of Klal, it wasn't bent at all, the Toch at all inside of that. Tinik Lo Yikra Los doesn't read it as a letter. Tzarchi Inim Yesh Lo Tik and B'tfilin. It's the end if they could fix it by Tfilin. Shim Shlo Kesidin, because it's going to be Shlo Kesidin. I have a similar base of Kafele and Fast locally and similar base of Lanian Fast, the Chatotros of Chatotros. The Afshad the Hood and that's possible you could say over the same thing over here. The Ain Murgo Batas relief people because there's not accustomed the kid is not accustomed to pass without abandon. Below Mikri Vizen the Shtan is to Russell wouldn't be called by this by changing its form. So the idea in this. Okay. You should be careful not to it shouldn't touch the heads together. This is from the Baal Amr and B'dafam Yigimel Amid Gimel. Shlo Yigu Roshim Zebazeh. B'diavad im Yeshlo have takana. B'diavad if they have to them a fix ayidei grira through racing. And the kam b'sof os shin. Look later on in the end of the shin. Masha Kusav Nisham what we wrote of there. In Barosha Smoli Lo Haya Tamunasa Kadin, if Kazayan. If its left side wasn't like a Zion, yeah. Sharosha Haisa Gula, its head was round. Shaya Tagan Al Shahaisa Tagan, but you had Tagan on it, but it was round. Tzarachi and B'diavad needs Ian and B'diavad. The Fima Shahavi of Beis Yosef, according to what the Beis Yosef says, the Kamdan B'Shem Hagon Agos Maimini B'Shem Haram. As later on in the name of the Agos Maimini. Nim the Ram. The Masha Amar the Gemara, the Shan is gate, Srichas the Shal Zion, and this we said the Shan is gate needs 3 Zions. I know low Betagan, that means without the crowns. And not with El Shalo Yasa Roshem Agel. That means it doesn't mean the crowns, it means that you shouldn't make their heads to be round. El Mashafa, they should be long, okay, not round. upon him that it should have to each head 3 sides to it. So it should be not as round but 3 sides. And that was actually ma'akib. Because the mucha from Beis Yosef is proven from the Beis Yosef, Sof Siman Lamed Vav. Im lo im al yedei hatagim me'achsheres lo. If through the crowns it would be kosher or not, if you can mashra it, look over there. But in that lahavi right, you can't bring a proof. Be pretty good. Okay, you can't bring a proof in the Pri Megadim. Mishakos of the B'diavad kosher, he says it's B'diavad kosher dem lo haya k'zayin. If it wouldn't be like a zayin, the after shalo haya over mishnei tzadim, it's possible it wasn't passing through both sides k'zayin. It wasn't both sides like a zayin. Avolo agula, but it wasn't round. So it wasn't go through both sides, but it wasn't round. Because the zayin goes in the center and sticks out both sides. Didn't have that, but it wasn't round. Fine. V'tzorach yin la ram, and he's in according to the ram. The gam ulai ein halacha. Okay, ram v'zeh, maybe the halacha is not like the ram, is this and it's v'zeh and it's not a problem. V'ayim b'sim malam v'vav mishna berura sifkatan tasvav v'zeh. Look later on in sim malam v'vav in mishna berura sifkatan tasvav about this. Source also the form of the letter of yod. Os yod shir gufa. The osyod, the shear of itself, should be the filling of a quill. This is from the Baruch Amar in the alef chamishi. Below Yosef, no more than that. Shalotid mil it shouldn't be similar to a resh. Yichtov also yashar, you should write it straight. The hainu shatia rosho paneha shavim, that is that its head and its face should be equal. This is from the Beis Yosef. Below paneh klapi mala, and don't have its face. Make it flat, and don't make its face facing up. So make it flat. Gam tia lamala agula, rather also should be above round. B'tzad yamin, on its right side should be round. The chachila. V'yasala. Okay, so this is from the Barasham. Yeah, Barasham Risham. V'yasala regel mitzad yamin, and make on its a foot on its right side. V'akim haregel etzad small, and bend the leg towards the left. So yeah, that little thing on the bottom. This is from the Beis Yosef, Bakol, and the Beis Yosef is the whole thing. Okay. Haregel Katzer V'Lo'arak, which should be a short foot and not very long. Shalo Tidma Lavav, shouldn't be similar to Avav. But it's possible and then be possible by doing that. Al Yidei Kriya Satina, for the kid of reading it, if you read Zed and Vav, it's no good. Gam Tzarech Lios, the Hayod Tag Katan also has to have to the Yod a little bit of a crown. L'milamala al Paneh, above on its face. Upenegda oketz katan yored l'milmata, and opposite it, the little thorn goes below. The oketz yakam kitza katzer min hatag. The oket should be shorter than the tag on the top. Ugami yakatzer yoser miragla small yamini shemitara yamini. It also should be. So you have a tag, and then you have an oketz sticking down. Okay, and it should be shorter. Vokis katan yoy milimat. Okay, a little bit. Vokis ya katan min tag should be less, a little shorter than the tag. So tag going up goes more. On the left side, tag going up goes more, and the tag going down on the bottom left side is less. Okay. Gam ya katzer yosem mirag l'shemitzad. Yamin also should be shorter than the foot which is on the left, the right side. Pented l'chas, maybe it'll now look like a ches if you do this otherwise. If you make this look, it's very small until it's equal. You lengthen it until it's equal on the bottom. The regular you mean till the right side. When you're class now, it looks like a kaskatana basul. It would be possible. Below Below Mahani Gariras Okits doesn't help to just erase the Okits Ajati Shia Katsim Kil plus until be short like it's proper lachot. The Havalecha Koktokas because that would be like erasing from the inside. Ella Yigra Kol Okits you have to erase the whole thorn. V'yasav Yichtaven Kil and go back and write it properly. Below Mahani Kriyas Tinik doesn't help the reading of a Tinik Vizeh. Cain Havi Abivisi from Mishna Avram. This is brought in the Mishnas Avram Vishem Beis Yehuda, the Vishem of Beis Yehuda, the David Emes, and the David Emes, Maisas Rokeach, the Kinas, Sofrim, Simon Yed Beis, Sefer Torah Myri, below Betfilin. We're talking about a Sefer Torah, now Betfilin is the Havi Shalom considering that's going to be Shalom considered. Yesh Mishakas of the Ladas Re Alexandria, there's also say that according to the Alexandria, Hamuva Beis Yosef, Jabana Beis Yosef, the Hamaskul, Mizalarim, Nimsa, Behagosa, Maimoni, okay. The Kaimel and Kavasa, Tzarach Lagor, Gam Regel Yamini, Achakach Yisaki. He has told you have to also raise even the right side and then fix it. So not just erase the whole okits, but you have to even erase the right side too. Okay, Gam Sham is also there. Tshuva Beis Yosef Siman Ayin Dalad V'Huva B'Sit Pislei Tshuva Li'Yerdea Siman Reish Ayin Dalad Sifkat Baf Sifkat Hey. Okay, Be'er Halachim. Da, this is from the Chas. It's at V'Im, and what was it talking about? Just one side is up. Da, you should know. Da Savig Einu Rak L'Fi Masha Be'arni V'Siman Lam Beis. It's only the Savig according to what we explained Lam Beis. Be'er Halachim, the Be'er Halacha, the Das Agon, and V'Ki Veger for Halacha according to the opinion of the Gon and V'Ki Veger. Dikan Bol B'Os She'eino Nira Kishtei Osios. That fixing helps when a letter doesn't look like two different letters. If you look at Kinniker Be'afrad, even if it's recognizable separation, it doesn't look like two different letters, it works. So Das Pri Megadim Ein Tikkun Mo was a fill nemesis. But according to the Pri Megadim, doesn't help by this fill nemesis to fix it. You're going B'Yod Aleph, for example, the Yod of an Aleph, She'eno Nogea Aleph doesn't touch the Aleph. After Yod B'Fnei Atzmo Shem Osa Achar Aleph, even though the Yod itself has another letter on it, B'Kol Makom Kibbutz Yeser Os that Ein Sham Shem Achar, since the rest of the letter doesn't have a different name on it, Aleph. Moil Zag Amkin Yod. This also helps to the Yod itself. The Lo Yikar Aleph Shem Yod. It shouldn't be called the Yod on its own because you have something next to it which isn't called anything. El Shem Aleph. However, there should be an Aleph. Kumosha Zachar Sham Pri Megadim. This is mentioned that the Pri Megadim Gamkein as Etzem Has far as the main part of this part. Barak the Shita, according to his Shita, in Moil Zakim below Nicker Hafard. It's only if it doesn't recognize it's not recognizable the separation ahead. Brian Risham, we explained over there, Gamkein in the Imachatotrus, Lamal Barosha Inam Nogiam Zemazem. If the Katotus up above doesn't touch each other, Bohaya Nicker Hafradim was recognizable the separation in Mol Tika and doesn't help to fix them Mishum the Yerkishne Zion, then it would now look like two Zions. We don't say that the Chatotrus should save the letter. That should call through the Chatotrus on name Ches. Still, Alkain after the Gambazah dying in Tmunas Ches level. And therefore it's possible even if doesn't still have its form of Ches on it. Mishum the Ein Dav of Mitzad Echad Zion. Okay, so it's in Mol Tigam Mishum. It's going to be like the two Zions. We don't say that all it has thing on the Chatotrus, which shows it's not two Zions. Okay, after the Gam. This is possible even by this. A Dayan Ein Tmunas Chesel doesn't have the form of the Chesel on it. Mishum the Ein Dav of Mitzad Echad Zion. It's not attached from one side to the Zion. Okay. Or after the Bezach Chatotrus the Mala Ein Nifsak Be'emtzo, or it's possible that the Chatotrus which is up above, which it doesn't get break in the middle. Shem Chatotrus Alav, it still has the name Chatotrus. And Mafil Al Zayin, it would help for the Zayin Shtafta, which is under it. Shlo Yikara Alav Shem Zayin should be called the Zayin. because this is a real tatotus. Now be aleph, as we said earlier, by the yud and the aleph of the aleph, I guess. The tzorach. But the test shouldn't be so bent. What is called to bent for this test? Mashma bibasham. It's mashma the bar shem and the aleph base bishon. Im nogea bekarka test. Touch the bottom of the test, ground of the test. Okay, mashma b'sefer agar, and that's similar mashma the sefer after and however needs it. The imkain, if it really means all the way to the bottom, makush akasa base Yosef says the reason for the time the bezayin melagam the pay, because this is going to be considered completely like a pay. Behubla losh zeh b'sefer trumas father's language sefer trumas bagos maimini. Haina b'chati yatzad shemitzad yamid. It's on the half part of the which is on the right side will be like a pay. Now shemitzad small, even though on the left side, ru zayin, it is a zayin. Mukach she'eno pay. It proves that it's not a pay. She tells them their sheet is who the ha'os b'miktzos did los acher. If it's a letter and a little bit looks like another letter, ain't zeh k'yetziva. Thomas not considered a clean, pure writing. Ukagam who calls sheets of Sefer Yirayim. This in like this case is like the entire sheet of the Yirayim. Al habrisa zu about this brisa of the alfin and ayin. Kudom stuff like that. Ayin sham look over there. A meiser rokeach b'shem maranach b'simen hey alef and the meiser rokeach b'shem maranach b'simen alef. Bahar b'cholkum as far as many argue on this far v'ain kam makom l'arach, and there's no place here to be lengthy. Hello, b'pei kosva. Didn't we say b'pei by kosva baruch shalom the baruch shalom writes Algar, and the Algar came b'chei nifsak hadin. The comment similar to the din is later on. The im noga and the kuda be'ez side b'fnim. If the kuda touches whichever side on the inside, it's possible. V'im kein adram, and if so, it's the opposite. Im lo yachpenu kol kach yeh doma yosel lepei. If he doesn't bend it so much, it's going to be more comparable to a pay. So meaning he's saying, if it touches the side on the inside, it's going to be no good. So if he doesn't bend it, it doesn't hit the bottom. So if you tell me it has to hit the bottom to be possible, so that's why it's possible. Because now it looks like, hey, no, if you did less, it'd be more like a pay. If when more like a pay, because now it's not hitting like a pay can't hit. Elavada, the apple mainly no game, it has to be for sure, even if it doesn't touch the big karka, even the bottom of the test. Kol shakaf of harbi yos aser, as long as it's very bent, it's be aser. But then in nogea, even same thing would be if we touch, it'd just be a different problem. The alkoponim, at the very least, Tom makes us the pay, it's similar a little bit to a pay. Rizan yichali masha heshpit, Abbas Yosef, this is it's good to be what the Abbas Yosef left out, Lavosh and Lavosh, because the Farshi, Shulchan Aruch, and all the explanation of the Shulchan Aruch. The bears this explanation. The Yahav is spiriluhu laha. The Rosh Hashanah, they held that thing of the Rosh Hashanah. Lohaya shoskin, they wouldn't be quiet. Melavar that from explaining this. V'lo stam kaf farbin and not write just stam kaf farbin. They would have explained it. Both recently the verb miktas aden lein and diavad. And further, I want to explain a little bit of the din in regards to the diavad. The hine reisib b'divrei hagraz. I found in the words of the Graz Kasav that it says v'lo kaf farbin l'chachila. The shouldn't be so bent. Mashal the b'diavad. It's mashal the b'diavad, and mutter will be mutter if it will be bent so much. But Sefer David Emes reissued a Kasav is Elashonan. Sefer David Emes found that he wrote in this language. V'lo yachaf harbe ha'os test. You shouldn't bend those tests so much to its inside. Pen yid mel gamri the face. Perhaps it'll be completely like a pig. Shimtika quotes shalab begufa b'fnim. Possible that if it touches the thorn of it into the inside, it'll be possible. No marda graz. As far as if you're going to say that the graz is going to explain the spent so much is going to be like the Baruch Shamar Kana'ana, which I mentioned earlier. This thing is taught and is a machlokas about it. Hagraz master with the is possible. But the graz says it's okay. So now it's because he's saying it's okay with the other. Amnam ikar dina, but the main din, the Indian that you have in regards to the Yavin, in the Farish, if you're going to explain Kibbutz and now which like our explanation earlier, Ubein Labal Shalmar Ba'agar Tzarachin. Okay, and whether the Baal Shamar and the Agar is need in the Fimasha Kazavnu B'Sefer Yiram, according to what we wrote in the Sefer Yiram, the Truma, the Agos Maimon, and the Truma and the Agos Maimoni. The Bezayin Melagama, the pay, this will be considered completely like a pay. Okay, what you need, how is it going to be completely like a pay? Klas Hashem B'Sefer Yiram is right there in the Sefer Yiram, the Truma B'Hedyo says straight out. The Zel Kavanas the Bryce, this is the intent of the Bryce. The Shlo Yasik test paying. You shouldn't make the test like pays. Ba'alu al Kupanim isn't al Kulam Staima Brysa. The Yagan, it doesn't the Bryce say about all of them that you should hide them. So how could you Nimuk Hashem the Gemara? So how are you able to say that it's okay? Again, the Fimash cuts for Rush, but according to what the Rush is, the Hilchos Sefer Torah, and the Alef Sefer Torah, Ben Yezev B'Shem Ben Tam, Zel Hashem name of B'Shem Ben Tam, and this is language. Okay. V'chein test and pain, similar tests shouldn't be paid. Apple fish ain't domen lubuk sivas and lubuk riyan. So even though they're not the similar, not in the writing and not in the reading, because Rabbeinu Rabbeinu Tam Rabbeinu Sam should say sad yamin shall test kafat at the top of the test should be bent. In the tahapoch osa outside small you're a pay, and if you bend it until it's left side, it'll look like a pay. Ain't shamrai lakan. It's not any proof to here. Okay. The Kavanas of Bryce Lashmiana, the intent of the Bryce of the teacher, the after shat test and domila be'izat side the pay, even though the tests are similar a little bit, whichever side to a pay, filuhachilu yasen a pay, still you shouldn't make it into a pay. Avula Indian kafuf ma'at, but in regards to being a little bent, the harbe or a lot bent, lo ishmitanu shmiona Bryce davar. The Bryce hasn't taught us anything. Okay, I mean you can't just say, oh well, it looks like a pay. Let's kind of finish it to pay. I kind of like this test looking like a pay. No, but not that you should bet. You can't if you bend it too much. Vim kain minayin lanu aser will aser. Why do we know that it's aser? Od raya gemara another for complete proof. Rush ain't sover klal hach svar nafkamina that the rush doesn't hold at all. This nafkamina the cup of harvey of being very bent. Shari sham behilchos sefer Torah because there in shilchos sefer Torah hetzik kamat kol lashon a truma sedash copies over kazip the entire truma language of the truma v'davar hishmit this thing he left out. Shema minad really we see that it doesn't hold like this. Achei Torah v'Rabbeinu Yerucham similar to Torah and the Rabbeinu Yerucham lo iskiru klal davar they don't mention at all this thing rakos v'stam she hekaf they just say right stam that should be bent. Okay, he holds you don't even doesn't no problem with too bent. Holy Midivin, which comes out from words, the cup of fire be totally machlokas. That the being too bent is a totally machlokas. To the das, Hatrumas veireim according to the Truma the Yireim v'agon minim apostle after the other apostle in b'diav it's too bent. With das the rush v'ator v'Rabbeinu Yerucham mutter and the das the Torah and the rush the Torah and the Rabbeinu Yerucham be mutter. But even shehu milsa the rice the Torah l'hachmer therefore it's the rice thing you have to mach about this. The imkain the fi pirusheinu hanal according to our explanation we said earlier the cup of harbe mikri af below in the giyam matzah the cup of harbe means even without touching the bottom, Yasser b'chol gavni will be also in every case. Amnam, kasha ma'ol lahachmer, you have to be it's very hard to be machmer. B'davar b'diavad, naked about Hashem with something which is b'diavad opposite to Baruch Hashem would say it's no good. So meaning being b'diavad machmer about this against the Baruch Hashem. However, the mashmehem the mutzah below the gear will be mashmer if it doesn't touch mutzah if it doesn't touch. Abu lechatchila manierly, but lechatchila it seems to me the tzarich the second the mark of jab should possible you should need to fix it when you can. The hainu b'sefer Torah by sefer Torah nimsa kain be'es agree if you find the time of writing ein lahotzi achers you shouldn't take another one. Avar zeh because of this v'yis mechal mashir and just rely on the mashers. Okay, if it's a time reading, it's okay. I will achakach, but afterwards, yimchok katas erase the test. Achiyut, but lena b'turas tos, v'scan until it destroys its form. We'll let her be and fix it. Ilavach lemifsal mishum chaktokus. If you just erase, then it's going to be possible because of chaktokus. With tefillin and mezuzos, the shalokasidron puzzle by tefillin and mezuzos, it's going to be if you erase everything, it's going to be shalokasidron. And it's going to be possible. Yismo chazal mashrim hanal. Rely on this with the mashrim earlier. Im nago b'kfifo b'karka katas, and if it touches the bending to the ground of the test, after tefillin and mezuzah is possible. Even by tefillin and mezuzah, if it goes all the way down, that's possible. Because that's the David, and like the opinion of the David Emes. I know the ein lohakol neged truma goes. You can't be making like the truma against the truma and the goes. Ma'imani I know. After the gamma rosh b'zeh, even the possible even the rosh moda is possible. Also, mitam that the nishtan is rosh b'zeh because for the reason that it just changes its form because of this. Rafilu im haroyal relatina b'karel test. Even if you showed it to a tinuk and says, yeah, that's a test. Halo ain't muk of grill. It's not surrounded by parchments, but also makam in that place on the bottom where it hit the ground. Okay, lakam b'al shen of zeh later on in the shen v'sofa. El the mishum zeh lachun, but just because of this alone, hayim mahani grira would just help to. It would help if you just erase it a little bit alone, but also makam in that place. Masha ain't kain. Which is not true according to the Truman that goes the Zelbachal test and pay, and this is included in the category of a test and turning into pays. But Kol Gavin the circle of Levatolos, in every case you have to destroy this letter from its form. But Zelo Yitzur but Tefillin Mezuzah canal, and this is not going to be possible by Tefillin Mezuzah. So we said earlier it's going to be it's going to be Shlomo Gam Circle, so this is now led Yud. Gam Circle Lios Yud the Yud. Talakatim al has to have a little crown on the top of it, on the up above. Well, the Indian diyav in regards to the diyav, mashmal levash tiyishdachal, you could be mashmal levash you can be make will not have that thing on top. Achal Indian daisi, the nearest side, in my humble opinion, tzorachli and an easy end. The Baruch Shemamar Val Pays Rishon and Baruch Shemamar Val Pays Rishon Mukhal Kafirish. There being tam shavel that according to being tam shavel Indian parcel hakot so tafton is equal in regards to parceling the bottom thorn, Batag the Elyon and the top crown. Amadu Naka the Mishnah, this thing says in the Mishnah picks, Afilu Kotsu shall Yud, even the thorn of a Yud, Ma'akib, below Naka the tag and didn't pick the tag. Why didn't do that if they're really the same? And the coats and the crown are the same. After the Rabusa, maybe it's for a Chiddush staff. After Katan tag, even though it's smaller than the tag, Kidis of Beis Yosef, it says in the Beis Yosef. V'gam halu b'rosh, even the Rosh b'Hilchos Sefer Torah, the v'chein b'Hagos Maimoni b'Sefer Truma, and similar in the Beis Gos Maimoni Sefer Truma. Lo b'sikulu, who it's not clear to them the kosu diachol yos the kosu shel, and they write it's possible to be the kosu shel yud hainu hatag helion, which is that is the top crown. Ayin sham, look over there. Maybe that is even the coat, as the Rice said is possible. Either maybe the coat is for sure, and not only the bottom but even the top, but not only the top but even the bottom, or it could be that when it said coat, it really does mean the top. Okay, Rakabanim with very least near the im af im name we want to say the in ma'akib the evidence not ma'akib the Indian shikar apostle in order to guard that it should be possible. For sure, you have to fix this. After Matzah came the Parshas Yeshan, even if you found it in old Parshas, you have to fix this. But Gosha came but okay smallly for sure by the left thorn thing, the Chai Lasaki for sure your Chai have to obligate to fix it. Below you Lechazer Hanicham came about to have to go back, put them in the bottom, you have to fix these. Yigor Kol Okit, you should erase the entire bottom. Entire like Okits went too far down. Tamili So yeah, this is the case where it looks like a ches, and you have to erase the left side all the way. Some say you have to erase the right side. To me, we have a attempt to be hollow. Keep it the nearest ches. Since it looks like a ches, nistanish is rasav and ifsal. It changes form. It should be possible. It's still going to be kaktokos if you just erase the bottom leg. You change it from a ches to a yud. But in lower, you can't say the keeping the chaser adain oksa since it's still lacking its thorn. Ain't no osacher. It's not it's not a letter because still lacking its thorn. Because you're going to put the thorn on afterwards. Because you're going to erase and put it back. And then you're going to kasher because when you finish it with through writing, the quotes is only going to be according to Rabbeinu Tam that the thorn that you're going to rewrite is going to be makif. But according to Rashi, the touch below is small that it's kasher without even the left thorn. Nasa also grira levad. It's just going to just be made through erasing. But don't malach Rashi. Maybe malach like Rashi. The haludina the Rabbeinu Tam little berura kokaf, but the law of the Rabbeinu Tam is not so clear that you need to have this little ogets on the bottom. Not poskim to the post. They're not so sure about this. I'm not Yehuda. Madura Tinyana. Look at the Madura Tinyana. Besim Kafi Gimel. The Masha B'Diavad locus only the Masha B'Diavad without the left thorn. Just to be mad, we have to be concerned about his words below the hawk not to be made. But in Lomer, the Kamairi, the lownish, the Yiris Ches, you can't say, it appears that it's not looking like a Ches. Katana Mamish doesn't look like a real Ches. Rak Misafkulahu Beches Katana, we're just making a suffix if it's a Ches Katana, Vatina Korel Yud, and the kid reads it as a Yud. Imkain Yol Zel Levad. Will agree this should work alone without erasing. Get a pasuk atur b'chol os sheish suffix with a Torah writes with every letter which has a suffix about it. My cost is a lumahani kriyas tinak. Why say it doesn't help the reading of the tinak with tzorach line. We go for tshuva and you have to be ayin and go for tshuva hakain hanachol kedasi yeshomim hamuv b'pnim. And therefore the proper thing is like the yeshom which is brought earlier. So meaning, don't tell me it's talking about a ches, very small ches, and a kid really reads it as it's just similar, sort of like a suffix as a ches, but really kid reading is good. You should be able. If so, then you would be fine even without erasing it. As we see by every suffix, you can just erase the part which is extra. And why does reading the kid not help? So he's saying he passed like the usual. Okay. Very complicated stuff.